Hello and welcome to COM300 Interprofessional Communication. You're watching all about the week one content video lecture. My name is Dr. Jonina Anderson Lopez. You'll hear me in the video lectures. When you have a question about the course, don't hesitate to review my contact information and reach out. Before starting the course, review the academic integrity statement. And until you complete what's required for this assignment, you won't be able to access the other modules. In addition, access the APA formatting resources in the Start Here module. While using this resource is not required, you might find it helpful. Many assignments require APA in-text citations or formatting. During certain video lectures, I might also refer to additional APA content, tips, and tricks. My best trick for assisting with APA, just Google your ultra-specific question. Usually the first answer that pops up offers an example, or a popular website might offer examples to help. You'll also find content pages for the more intricate assignments for the course, like Project 1 and Project 2. Project 1 is a scholarly article, critical analysis, and narrated presentation. This consists of two parts. For part 1, you must locate a peer-reviewed scholarly article focusing on intercultural communication and healthcare, and write a paper critically analyzing your selected article. For part 2, you must develop a narrated informative presentation focusing on your selected scholarly article. You must follow the guidelines for developing your narrated presentation. There's a grading rubric, template, and other details on the assignment page. Project 2 is very similar to Project 1 because it also requires two parts. Project 2 is a digital story, and you must also submit a voice narration and recording. For Part 1 of Project 2, students will write a scholarly personal narrative, or SPN. A scholarly personal narrative is just as it sounds, a personal story that incorporates elements of research to enhance or add weight to specific elements of the narrative. For part 2, students must develop a digital story video using their SPN to narrate it. Using the tools available in this course, like Kaltura, or even finding a free online source like Canva, record your completed SPN. This will help you narrate and create a digital story video. To create this video, avoid using your face. Instead, you can use short home videos, pictures, drawings, and so on as visual aids to enhance your narration. We will discuss more about projects 1 and 2 in subsequent video lectures. The week 1 content will acclimate you to the course. Words can be hard. Remember to navigate through the content using the modules button. That way, you can access all of the required readings to better prepare you for weekly assignments. First, you'll find the required chapter readings for the week. Though you can't necessarily access the e-text directly from the module, you should have access to it via VitalSource. Additionally, this page will include other readings, sometimes videos or even presentations regarding weekly concepts. For week 1, you have several things due this week. The first assignment is the academic integrity thing that I already mentioned. Next, you have an introduction discussion board to tell us about yourself. You can include things that you see on the screen. These are just things I came up with. You don't need to tell us these things. You can tell us other things about you, whatever you want to share. Let us know. Right now, I'll share some stuff about me. So, I'm Dr. Jonina Anderson Lopez. I've been an instructor for 8 years and a tutor for 10 years. I grew up in Puerto Rico and Colorado. I've lived in Atlanta and I really miss that city. I began teaching at Hillsborough Community College at the Tampa and the Ruskin campuses, and I have been with the University of South Florida for about 5 years. I am a mom of two ridiculous boys, and I'm married to one ridiculous superhero of a guy. You can see such ridiculousness in figure one and figure two on the screen. I love audiobooks. I don't really have time for regular books beyond some graphic novels these days. I suggest listening to the Area X trilogy, which you can find for free on Hoopla or Libby apps. They're free with your library card. I love serial storytelling, like graphic novels or television shows. The more immersive and weird the story, the more I like it. Now that I've introduced myself, I'll move on to the second assignment. But I'm going to pause for a second. Okay, sorry about that. So, this second assignment is another discussion board, and it addresses questions related to the textbook reading and the purpose of the course. Is it not? Okay. I encourage you to add details and substance to assignments like this by citing a weekly reading. If you reference any quotes or paraphrases from the text or other readings, ensure you're correctly citing your sources. This includes a formatted in-text citation and a reference entry for the source, just like what you see on the screen. And when you include a quote or paraphrase from an outside source, you should always strive to integrate a source. And integrating a source just means that you include their name as part of the sentence rather than at the end in the parenthetical. As you can see on the screen, the sample includes the author's name within as embedded in the sentence, and then it organically moves into a direct quote. And at the end of this direct quote, it includes a timestamp because it's from a video. And because of this directly or this paraphrased or quoted source, I would then include the reference or the details of this outside source at the bottom of my post, like you can see on the screen. For both, or I'm sorry, for all discussion forums, know that one initial comprehensive post, your first post, with all the questions answered, is due before 11:59 p.m. Mountain Time Wednesday, and then two peer responses are due before 11:59 p.m. Mountain Time Sunday of that same week. Points will be deducted for each day the initial post is late. That's 5 points per day after Wednesday. After Sunday passes, any late initial posts or comments will remain ungraded. This is the late policy for all forum posts. There are no word counts to meet for forums unless otherwise noted. So what does a comprehensive post mean? Answer all the questions in the assignment guidelines, use full sentences. Make a substantial point related to the weekly concept or reading. Refer at least once to one of the readings to back up one or more of your points. If and when you refer to a reading, it's expected you'll correctly cite and reference the source, like we just talked about. You can go above and beyond by posing a thought-provoking question at the end of your initial post, because this might spur some innovative peer responses later on. Similarly, when you respond to peers later in the week on a different day from your initial post, because you get graded for that, strive for substance. Instead of compliments or "you're right," try to reply to their question if they posed one, or try to reply to one of their main points with a comparison or by contrasting it against another point, or let the student know how that their point reminded you of another reading from that week or the textbook. These are the things that you see on screen, that's not how you have to answer, but these methods are going to be helpful in avoiding vapid peer responses and will boost your grade so that you have detailed and substantive responses. The last thing for week 1 is a written assignment. This assignment asks you to address things like who is the person or people you seek approval from and why, and then it asks you other things about positive and negative appraisals. Be sure to support your writing with specific examples and follow the guidelines outlined for this short answer assignment. Additionally, it's an APA assignment and should be formatted as such. Avoid generalizations, which could introduce bias in your writing. This assignment is due before Sunday, 11:59 p.m. Mountain Time. Please familiarize yourself with week 1 by exploring Canvas, review the syllabus, and ask me questions. I hope you found this first video lecture helpful, and until next time.